Who is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him? First of all, there are two things we know about the name Muhammad. The first thing is, it is one of the most common names in the world. There is at least over 150 million Muhammads out there.
And those statistics were collected in the year 2000. That was like 16 years ago. There's a lot more of us right now. That's how we take over, one Muhammad at a time.
The second known fact about the name Muhammad is that it is the most mispronounced name out there. It is literally pronounced any way you want to spell it. Because I'm generous, I've collected these names for you. Here goes nothing. We have
Muhammad, 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 and Muhammad. And I'm running out of Muhammads. I'm just kidding, I have 100 million to go. I've even had someone call me Muhammad. I guess that kind of does make sense though, in a Muhammad, you David, me Tarzan, you Jane kind of sense, you know? Caveman style.
And the toughest thing about being a Muhammad in the Middle East is the fact that everybody is a Muhammad.
The guys are Muhammads, the girls are Muhammads. There are Muhammads everywhere.
I'm just kidding about the girls being named Muhammad. Muhammad is a guy's name. Sorry, ladies. So, you have probably heard of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in the news somewheres. Possibly in those angry non-Muslim extremist protests who are against Islam, and the complete opposite end of the spectrum, those angry extremist Muslims who think they are representing Islam. We just can't find a balance, can we? You have probably heard of him in the news, also being called things like the Prophet of Terror, the Prophet of War, Prophet of Jihad, Prophet of Violence, Prophet of multiple other things that I can't mention right now because I'm running out of time, and breath.
Man, I gotta start doing more cardio.
You may have also heard of him in those Draw Muhammad Day, and then somebody gets shot. Yeah, we have anger issues.
Wait, why did I say we? These guys don't represent me or any Muslims, as a matter of fact.
By the way, it is noteworthy to mention that the police officer who got shot in one of those shootings is actually Muslim.
But hey, don't listen to me. What do I know? I'm just a Muslim.
Now, I understand. If people make fun of someone that you love, like your mother or your father, you would get angry. So when they make fun of your prophet, I understand that you would be upset, to say the least. But to go around shooting people because you're upset is not the best way to deal with anger. You, my friend, need anger management classes.
Or you need to go to prison. Either or both.
Now, I understand how when someone ignorant walks up to you and says something extremely hateful and you just want to punch them in the face because it would save you a lot more time.
But yeah, you know, don't do that. God gave you a brain. Use it.
If you know anything about your religion, you would know exactly how to respond to someone who's ignorant and who approaches you and says something extremely hateful. Now, if you actually read the Quran and knew your religion, you would have read chapter 25 verse 63, which tells you how to deal with ignorant people. So, without further ado, allow me to enlighten you.
وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما.
So it says, when you're approached by an ignorant person, to say words of peace.
Huh. Does ISIS know this?
Not to take out your gun, not to take out your machete and behead people, to say words of peace. Unless your machete is called words of peace, then we have a problem. Unfortunately, there are many ignorant Muslims out there too, who don't really know their religion, and they follow that one guy who's the hairiest guy in the tribe and has the biggest beard. Therefore, he must be the wisest of us all.
You know what they say, the bigger the beard, the more the wisdom. Do they say that? I don't know, I just made that up.
And those are the guys that normally go around shooting people. Don't be those guys. If those guys knew anything about the Prophet, peace be upon him, they would have known how to react in certain situations. Our Prophet, peace be upon him, was known as the honest and the trustworthy amongst his people. He was beloved, respected, and trusted by everyone. However, when he went public with the worship of one God, all that went out the window. Him and his companions were starved, beaten, tortured, and in many cases even killed, simply for being Muslim.
I believe nowadays we call that religious persecution, or prosecution, or prosecution. You see, I didn't know which word to use, so I just combined them together and made a whole new word. Told you I'm smart. I'm a genius. Although I could have just Googled it, but who's got time for that?
Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was also mocked and ridiculed by his own people. They would call him a liar, a poet, a magician, anything to try to discredit him. And how did the Prophet, peace be upon him, respond to all of this? He simply continued preaching in a peaceful way. He even had a neighbor who would always throw trash at his home, and the Prophet would just get up and clean it. And then one day the Prophet went out and did not find any trash. So he got worried. And he went to visit the man and found out that he was sick. How high must your moral character be in order to visit someone who's been hurting you this whole time? To just let it go. It's something that we cannot fathom. If someone threw trash in my direction once and then died, that would be a horrible funeral for everybody else. We would probably go to their funeral and say weird stuff like,
yeah, that's what you get for throwing trash in my way. And guess what? Trash is non-biodegradable. You are. I don't know why I'm looking over here. He's probably down there.
The Prophet, peace be upon him, preached words of peace. He was a man who said, heaven lies at the feet of your mothers. He said, the best of you is he who is best to his family. He said, do not waste water, even if you are at a running stream. He said, no Arab is superior to a non-Arab, and no non-Arab is superior to an Arab, and no white person is superior to a black person, and no black person is superior to a white person, except by their piety and good actions and deeds. He also taught us how to respect our neighbors. He taught us to not lie and cheat. When his companions asked him to advise them, he said, do not get angry. Do not be taken by anger. This is our prophet, prophesied by many prophets before him, such as Abraham and Jesus, peace be upon them both. So please stop the blind ignorance and hatred and learn something about this great man, because a small amount of knowledge could go a long, long way. Thank you very much for watching. That's all the time I have for today, so please like, share, subscribe. The videos are everywhere. And until next time, assalamu alaikum and peace be with you.
If this video gives you a stroke, diarrhea, constipation, internal bleeding, or any abdominal discomfort, ask your doctor if racism is right for you. Ignorance sold separately, logic not included.
Not to take out the RK. Who's RK? Yeah, we have anger issues. Angry extremist non-Muslim protests. Extremist non-Muslim protests. I got it wrong again. You've probably heard of him. It's the most common name in the world. I know that. That's true. Is it? It is. Who am I talking to? First of all, there's one thing we know about the name. There's two things, actually. Why do I keep getting this wrong? It's pretty easy. Extremist non-Muslim protests who think they are... No, wait, that's wrong.